For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, hello again. Paul Dingeman here. Glad you are along for this edition of the Focus program. Focus appears Marine City, St. Clair each Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now also up in Port Huron on Mondays and Wednesdays. Glad to have you all along. Some very interesting segments coming up today. We're going to talk to some representatives from multiple sclerosis about the multiple sclerosis walk here in St. Clair, and also from the United States Postal Service, from the union, and they're going to be talking about their food drive. So that's the two of the segments. The other segment is Mr. Jeff Bohm. Nice
Paul,
to see
thanks
you,
for
the
having me.
Commissioner of the Chairman of the Board of Commissioners for the St. Clair County Board of Commissioners. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the Focus Show.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. You mentioned to me the other day that there's some exciting news about windmills. What's happening?
Well, what we've been working on, the county's really been facilitating some of the discussion with the local townships. If you look at the recent legislation, the energy standards were changed from 10% to 15%. So we brought some representatives from DTE to do two different meetings. We just met this past Monday and Wednesday with a lot of the local affected officials to really get into the educational process to get a good understanding. And ultimately what we're looking to do is talk to the communities about potential investment, whether they want, whether they want them or they don't want them, essentially. And there's been a lot of conversation lately around the windmills in Huron County and Sanilac, and some of it hasn't been, some positive, some hasn't been, some positive.
Negative, right.
What I find in those situations a lot of times is the proper information doesn't get on the street per se. So we have facilitate these last two meetings, had a lot of Q&A and everything else, and people were extremely thankful that we brought them in and had those discussions. And really you would say why is the county involved in some of these types of talks? If you look at growing our SCV and tax base, you take, for example, Detroit Edison Holdings. They're roughly $760 million in SEV out of a $5.6 billion budget.
Wow.
They represent 12% of our total tax base. Our second largest taxpayer is ITC, the transmission company. The third largest taxpayer would be Enbridge. So when you look at our top taxpayers in St. Clair County,
Enbridge, the
pipeline.
Pipeline.
Yeah.
Your third largest taxpayer.
Third largest taxpayer. People don't think. I don't think they realize it how large, how much these companies pay essentially. So you look at, in St. Clair County, how do you grow your SCV? There again, some of the changes in recent legislation as far as the tax laws go, the ability to capture personal property tax on equipment purchases doesn't exist anymore. So when you start looking at these different opportunities from the counties and assisting your utility companies to be able to grow their investments, can really add to a lot of additional SCV. A wind park, for example, is roughly $100 million in SCV for roughly 40 windmills.
Doesn't create a lot of jobs permanently after construction, but that SCV would be really important.
SCV is huge. If you take a breakdown, and we have it, as far as what it pays out to all the different taxing jurisdictions, you're well into the, seven-figure stuff on it per year, okay? So these opportunities don't come along a lot to get $100 million investment in the community. Now I understand it's sometimes not in my backyard kinds of things, those types of things, but at least we're able to put the discussion, get everybody sitting in the room to have a good discussion, whether they want in or whether they want out, so be it. But then we're able to answer the questions for DTE, for example. Is St. Clair County a place that's willing to, move forward? Are you interested? Just, ask the question. If it's no, that's fine. We'll move on. There's other places in the state that'll take it. And so it's just being out in front of this. I know
how many acres are they looking for?
Well, when you're talking about acres, you're talking townships. I mean, they have to, their process that they do when they have a lot of setbacks that they have to follow, those types of things. And if you get an opportunity to sit through their program and how they finally narrow these things down, it's extremely interesting where they get it. It's not just they lease a bunch of property where they say we're going to put it here. There's a whole lot of different rules that they have to abide by, and sitting through, like I said, the last couple meetings, and they were the same meetings. Everybody at that meeting walked out just, wow, that was great information. So we're going to continue to talk and work with these local townships and ask the question, are you interested in the investment, or are you not, really, what it comes down to.
When you go by Reese's campus in Marysville, you see an array of solar panels.
Yes.
Are they talking, is this discussion you've been having, is this only windmills, or is it solar panels too?
Windmills and a little bit of solar, but the thing about solar, it's roughly twice the cost to produce solar versus wind. Okay. So, and not putting words in DT's mouth, they'll tell you that they're into the solar business. They have one of the largest installations in the Midwest, which is located on Lapeer. You can actually see it from 69. You don't see a lot of it. There's 200 acres. That essentially they went and got into that business to learn that business.
Okay. Yeah, well, I know you're smart.
Yeah, and they're less. When you look at their makeup on their renewable energy portfolio, 94% is wind, 3% is biomass, 2% is solar, 1% is landfill gas. We actually have a contract with DT Biomass out at our landfill because we produce methane. So we kind of learned some different things about these renewable energies as a few years back, and now kind of proceeding forward.
One of the things I read the other day in Cranes or one of the magazines was that they are still pursuing DTE upgrades to their nuclear plans for the state of Michigan in Monroe. And it's 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 years down the road. They're not abandoning that, but they are still interested in doing them like they're going to do here in St. Clair Township or East China Township and China Township. They're still going to convert many of their plants from coal to natural gas. And that's still in process.
Yeah, they're coming offline. I mean, for example, we obviously got we were fortunate to get the good news that the opportunity to rebuild is going to happen, and it's either East China or China. It's right there.
Right,
they're not
right on the property line.
Right on the property lines down there. River Rouge, and then Trenton. They're going to be coming down. So I mean, they are getting, and this isn't just DT Consumer on the other side of the state. They're going to be tearing some of these coal plants down and are going to be going to these conversions.
Something like 26 plants are going to go down.
They're going to be doing a lot. They're going to be doing a lot. Yeah. So really, what you just need to do is to work with your utility companies to be poised for these investments. You're talking over $1 billion.
Yep,
and I go back to once in a lifetime kind of stuff. These are once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunities.
So what you want the public to know is that there's going to be some discussion about wind and solar and windmills, and just to stay alert, and if they got questions, please come forward.
Yeah, all the above.
All the above.
Yep.
You're always looking good, sir.
Paul, thank you.
Good to see you. We've got some fine ladies coming along from multiple sclerosis and then from the United States Postal Service, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Each year for a number of years, there's been a group of people who have been taking over downtown St. Clair with a beautiful walk on Saturday morning. That's coming up May the 13th this year, and the walk is for multiple sclerosis. And joining us today are 2 ladies who are going to tell us all about it. And we're going to lead the walk, Lynn Johnson.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Welcome to the Focus Chat. And Karen Schneider. Nice to see you. Welcome to the Focus Chat. Talk to me about Saturday, May the 13th, downtown St. Clair in the Riverview Park Plaza. I think that's what they're calling it. The 7th annual, did you tell me? 6th?
This is our 7th.
Your 7th
annual
walk for multiple sclerosis. How did it get started?
Well, for me, it got started, my daughters gave me an Easter basket with a sheet of paper on it and names and amounts, and to me it was like, I don't get it. It's usually Easter eggs and jelly beans, but it was names of people that had already joined
for
our team, and so my daughters, Nicole, Aaron, and Kristen, yep, they established it, and so that's how we started.
How many daughters do you have?
3.
3 daughters? Mm-hmm. And you are a patient of multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
Is that the proper title?
Yep.
How long have you been associated with multiple sclerosis?
Too long. It was 1991 when I first discovered I had like vision problems, and then all the testing began, and then it kind of goes away, and then before you know it, something else pops up, and so it was '94 that they finally diagnosed that I had MS.
You've been living with it ever since. So a walk like this is, Karen, is helpful to raise money and awareness, et cetera, et cetera.
Definitely.
What's your involvement?
Definitely. My husband has it. I am Lynn's cousin.
Okay.
And he was diagnosed just before her, and his whole left side went numb like he had a stroke. And it took them a while to figure it out. They ran all the tests. They finally did the spinal tap, and that's what, they discovered it was MS.
Did he recover?
Yes. He's only had 3 relapses since, and they've been able to use steroid treatments, either IV or pills. So,
It's amazing.
yeah.
How is the research and development coming along? Is it getting closer to a cure or not, or it's tough to say?
They've come up with a lot of medicines that are helping, but it's not a cure.
Right.
Is there seem to be a high population of people in St. Clair County with multiple sclerosis, or out of the normal, or is it pretty average?
I'd say it's pretty average.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a couple friends with it. So, everybody you talk to, oh, I know so-and-so,
Yeah, somebody knows somebody.
has MS. So it's not something that's going to kill you tomorrow. It's just, the symptoms can just come up
And
out of the blue, and, it might affect different parts of the body.
You had the pictures that we're going to show are from last year?
I believe
You
they
think
are.
so? Let's throw those pictures up, Jared, and on any one of the screens. There we go. And talk to me what I'm seeing about it, what I'm seeing here.
Well, that's us kind of coming in the very end there. That's my family right there.
Okay.
And
Got your famous dog.
yeah, that's Kristen.
Okay.
She swam with your daughter.
Right.
It's a lot of family and a
That's
lot
the
of
two
friends.
of you, isn't it?
Yep.
Right.
If it wasn't for the family and the friends, this team wouldn't be what it is.
Okay.
And we need support. And
All right.
that's her husband, Carl.
Okay.
We have a lot of family
Oh, look at that
support.
crowd.
Yep. And
It was cold that day.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It grows, and we're doing pretty good. In the last 7 years or 6 years, we've made over $34,000.
$34,000. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's the logo. What's it say? Multiple sclerosis awareness because it matters. Okay, great. So what's the entry fee? How do I get involved?
No entry fee. Just come and
Show
donate
up.
if you want, or volunteer, or just be a part of any of the teams, or just willing to
The
take
registration starts at 9, and then the walk starts at 10.
And where do you walk?
Up the hill
Oh,
and
no,
around.
no,
Yes.
you go the other way. You should go down the
I
hill.
know.
No, up the hill.
You go up to Vine, and then you make it over to the Imagination
Brown,
Station,
yeah, and around to
Oh, that's
and
a
Clinton.
good
then all
long
the way
walk.
down
Right.
to back to Clinton and
Right.
back.
Oh, that's a good long
And
walk.
then there's a short one just across to the river and around and come back
And
for
around
people
the
with
boardwalk and the,
disabilities or
Yeah.
have the MS, can't make the long walk. They can
That's
do
a-
the short one.
That's a very long walk for someone
or
who
if
has
you're
it.
old and lazy like me.
Yes.
No, I would say that.
Well, how else can people help you?
They can donate to our team. They can walk with us. Just be supportive. That's all we want.
Okay.
We are online.
Yep,
It's
we-
on the poster.
It's main.national mssociety.org/go-to/walk team Johnson 2017. That's a long one.
Yes. Wish we could shorten it
But
down.
imagine if you just go to nationalmssociety.org
And look for Team
around,
Johnson.
Right, you
find
can
it.
find it.
Or we can call Karen at 329-4868, 329-4868, and get involved.
Absolutely.
Are you still looking for walkers?
We're looking for businesses, walkers, anybody.
Anybody.
Oh, how did the businesses help? Your shirts on the back, you've got ads on your shirt.
We do.
What does
Can
it,
I
what does
show
it
that
say?
to you?
Yeah, stand up there, just turn or roll around there. Then we'll get it. Can you
Can you see it?
Yep, Team Johnson, Dr. or D.
Donated.
Piper's Act. Well drilling, so a
Yep.
whole bunches of them. Yeah, great.
Yep, that's my brother. He donated the T-shirts for us, and so
We walk with T-shirts and his support and Linda's support. And
Great. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
no, we just need to put some legs on this thing.
Okay.
We need to get it moving
Right.
because
Okay.
there's a lot of people that have a lot of this
Okay.
MS, and it's really hard to deal with, and you know, it's
But
not.
you got support of good friends.
We've got great friends.
We do, and we'd like to thank Neiman's. They have it
Yep.
on their sign out front. So
Team
it's been about
Johnson.
a month now that they've done that for us. So.
They're just remarkable day in and
Yes,
day
they're
out,
very
aren't they?
help-
They are.
very
Great,
helpful.
great
Yes.
organization, great family, and great support to the community.
And thank you for having us.
Oh, not a problem. So that's May the 13th, starts at 9 a.m. registration. The walks begin at 10 a.m. Throughout St. Clair. The Multiple Sclerosis Society, it's a mouthful, Walk for Multiple Sclerosis. We're back with the United States Postal Service in just a second. 10,000 cities and towns across the United States. Every second Saturday in May, the letter carriers, who are just a great group, do a one-day food drive in the nation. It's the largest one-day food drive in the nation. National, what, NA, what's the
NALC.
National Association of Letter Carriers Stamp Out Hunger National Food Drive. Lisa, pronounce it?
Chanowski.
Chanowski and Mary Ellen Schneider. Nice
Yes.
to see you. Welcome both to the Focus set. Wow, this is a big deal. We've over the years had some representatives stop in, but I wanted to make sure that we got you in this year to talk about it. It's just a great project, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
our 25th year also.
25th
Yes.
year.
Yes.
How did you two get involved?
I'm the coordinator for St. Clair, and Mary Ellen's a carrier here in St. Clair. And we've both been doing it for 25 years. We've
Yes.
been around that long, so.
It's amazing.
I know,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
too. And I did this my very first year doing it. I
That
had,
T-shirt's 25 years old?
yes, it
Yeah, and this is
Oh,
a new one for this
marvelous.
year.
My niece and nephew were,
Siobhan and-
yes, and
Siobhan
Sean
and Sean.
actually had a wagon, and we put stuff in the wagon, and that's exactly what we did.
You should preserve that T-shirt
Yes.
very well. You must keep it in the drawer in a package.
Comes out once a year.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, what's the procedure? How does it work?
Well, every second Saturday of May, the NALC puts on our food drive, and St. Clair is part of Branch 529 out of Port Huron. And every year, we ask the patrons of our city and every city across the nation to put non-perishable items in a bag and place them by their mailbox, and the letter carriers, as they're picking up the mail, will come by and pick up these bags, put them in their truck, and they will take them to their local food pantry.
Good.
Every city has their own
Yep.
food pantry. Ours in St. Clair goes to St. Mary's. It's
Ecumenical Food Pantry.
Right. And there, Mary Brown, who runs
Yep,
it,
great lady.
very great lady. She distributes the food to 9 local churches. When the carriers bring the food there, the volunteers there are wonderful. They help us unload our trucks. They weigh the food.
They work
They-
really
They
hard.
weigh- Okay.
They're very hard volunteers there. They take the food, they weigh it, they sort it out in the pantry, and they
At the food,
at the
at the Ecumenical
yes,
Pantry.
on Orchard Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
They sort it down in the pantry. I've been in there. She's let me tour it. Everything's sorted by, what kind of food and everything. They check the expiration dates. Even though some of the food we get may be expired, they have certain guidelines
Right.
Yes.
But
that they can
it.
still use
Yes.
it. They have strict, guidelines they go by. And yeah, they distribute it to 9 local churches for the people in need,
Marvelous.
It is, it's a good thing.
Did you have a number on how many pounds you got in the
Last year?
preview? Yeah.
Yeah, last year we collected in St. Clair 8,048 pounds.
Oh my God, that's marvelous.
It
It's,
is.
it's actually
really
down
good.
from the previous year. This year, we're hoping since the economy's a little better,
Yeah.
we're going to do a lot better.
Okay.
I've got a lot of posters out to a lot of the businesses, and we're hoping to get the word out to remind everybody to put out your donation, and the carriers will pick it up.
I know I worked really hard last year, picking up a lot of food.
And it's
I mean,
good.
because we will go throughout the day when we get a full load in the back of our truck and go drop it off at the church.
Okay, okay.
Or at the, wherever-
The pantry.
At
Food
the pantry, and I have not worked that hard in a long time.
And then you go back to your route and finish delivering and pick
Yeah.
up more food.
That's just marvelous.
It is.
And it's a lot of extra effort for the carriers.
Right.
You got your own responsibilities and your own job to do, and then to add this on top of it, and be running back and forth to the
But
food
it's
pantry.
Yes.
it's a volunteer thing, and everyone in our office participates, including the rural carriers. Everyone steps up to it.
It's a great thing, yes.
It's something that everybody just does because they know it's a good thing to do.
You're representing the St. Clair branch.
Yes.
And part of Port Huron. The Marine City have a similar thing going?
Yes, they do. Every city
Yes.
has their own, and they take it to their local food banks.
Okay, and there's food bank down in
Yes,
Marine
I
City.
don't know what churches.
Downriver, Helping Hands. or
Right.
one
Yeah, I
of
think
those.
it is Helping Hands, and a
Yeah.
couple other ones they do take their food to.
So the same procedure, put it in it, but this is the first time I heard about putting it in a bag.
Well,
So
some
it
people.
helps you guys.
Yeah,
Well, they
some-
put it in a box or
Yeah.
a bag or something that we can pick up and put into our truck.
Yeah, because people put, some of them will put several things. So it's easier to pick it up in a
Right.
bag, and they just set it by their mailbox so that we know exactly what it is. Some people, sometimes they send out cards, and they'll staple that card to it so that they know that
That
it's
it's for the
supposed-
food drive.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for the food drive. But yeah, they put it by the mailbox so we know and we can pick it up.
We got a video that we picked up off the internet about this, so if Jared will run that, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
I'm Edward James Olmos, and I'm here with my local letter carriers to remind you that Saturday, May 13th is the annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. You can help in the fight against hunger, and it's easy. Just leave a bag of non-perishable food by your mailbox on Saturday, May 13th, and your letter carrier will do the rest. All food collected goes directly to food banks and pantries in your local community. So on Saturday, May 13th, please join me and the National Association of Letter Carriers and Stamp Out Hunger.
That's a great message, very clear and concise, and
Yes.
he's certainly well recognized. Talk to me about the union. Is it a large union or medium size?
Yeah, our union it's one of the largest unions because it's the same union across the whole nation.
Right.
Yes.
So it's every city is participating, so it's a one-day thing, and not just our union, but right now we have a bunch of national partners that are backing us
Who
and
are
helping
those?
us. Well, right now the post office, even though it's our union that's doing it, the post office is backing us. The National Rural Letter Carriers Association is backing us. United Food and Commercial Workers International Union, Valpak, which is a company that
Yeah.
delivers advertisements, is backing us. United Way Worldwide.
Drives you crazy on busy days, Valpak.
Well, sometimes, yes. But you know what? That's revenue for the post office, and in turn, it's
Right.
work for us.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
it's
it's
hand
job
in hand.
security.
Yes.
Right.
We also have the AFL-CIO, the AARP, and Velasquez, and they're the ones who you get the advertisements
Yep.
either Monday or Tuesday,
Yeah.
and all the pizza ads and everything, and the grocery store ads. That's Velasquez.
I think they're out of Michigan someplace, or they were at one time. But
They used to be on the west side of Michigan, I think, but I don't know where they're out
May
of now.
13th is the day. It's a Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
Make sure you put your bag out before
Mm-hmm.
that, and make sure that you help this project. It's a great project.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. And sometimes,
Oh,
I don't
there's
know
a poster for it.
if they do it here, or do we have people who will drive, like, that help out?
I think
that
that's
will
the sign
drive?
from last year, May 14th.
Yeah, it says May 14th.
That was last year
Yeah.
off the website. So
But
it is actually
the
May
flag's
13th.
good, though.
Yeah.
The
We've had
poster
in
looks-
some of the
Yeah.
other offices, I don't know if we've ever done it here, where we have people, like maybe family members that help
Yeah,
out. and
we
they
will have
drive by.
volunteers.
Volunteers who will drive by and pick up
Oh.
food too.
Yes.
So that people know when they see somebody picking it up, it's not a stranger.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have family members that will volunteer, like spouses and their, our children will.
Right.
Or sisters that you whined to last year and said, you gotta help me.
That's right.
So it's like, I don't want the public to be alarmed if someone comes by and they're
Yeah.
picking up your food too. So
Mary Ellen, good to see you again.
Yeah, nice
Welcome
to
back
see
to
you.
City.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you finally.
Thank
Talked
you.
on the phone.
yes.
So the date is May the 13th. It's a
Yes.
Saturday, and make sure that you get your food out there so that they can give it to the local food pantries. That's about it for. We got everything. We missed.
Yes.
Didn't miss
No,
that.
we have everything.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next week, Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.